My name is Ulpiano Malachias. I'm a black belt second degree under Master Carlos Gracie Jr. and I run Gracie Barra Westchase in Houston, Texas. So what I want you guys to do is this. Keep one hand up. You're going to keep the hand extended. I'm going to make sure my fingers touch his hand. Now I'm going to move my hand to the side of his elbow. I bring this hand to the top of my arm and I squat. Top of my face right here and I squat. Now I'm going to use the back leg to make the distance short. I'm going to do this. Bump my shoulder on my partner. This hand goes to the hips. My second hand. I'm going to go to the leg. If I try from here, you see how my back is bent? If I try to lift his leg up, it's too heavy. Okay, so it requires to be stronger here. But our idea is to don't use the strength. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make him hop on that leg. So when I bump right here, I'm going to make sure I move my foot. I grab right here and I do this one. But when he hop, all his weight goes to the leg, and this leg will become wide. Okay, so make sure you lift the leg between your legs so you can squeeze my legs right there. I have control of his leg. Now, I have to avoid my partner to put his heels on the ground. So right away, this hand going to go to here, and the other hand going to go to the end of his foot. Why? If you don't put the foot on the ground, it's hard to hit you the fin. Now I'm going to step this leg out, and I'm going to drive my shoulder to the ground and one move off. Take him to the ground. If I stay low, you're going to kick my face. So as soon as I take him to the ground, I'm going to arch my back and bring his foot down to the ceiling. And I walk close to my partner. Why? Right here is hard for him to kick me or to punch me. I've been practicing judo since I was 3 years old. My mom and my brother used to do judo, and they enrolled me on a school by my house. So I trained for 12 years. And at the age of 17, a good friend of mine, Eric Vanderlei, which was here with Houston, I have the pleasure to have him right here. He opened a school in Brazil by my house, and I was training with him. He's a Draculino's black belt, and several times world champion. Then I started training, and I fell in love with the sport, and I never stopped to train again, you know. In 2004, I came to America to compete on Pan American Championship as a brown belt. And, you know, I have the chance to be in America and teach under Royce Gracie School. And at that time, they don't have Gracie Barra schools in California. So I teach under Royce for a couple of years, and then Master Carlos moved back to America. And I was earning my black belt in 2006. And after you got a black belt, you know, under Master Carlos, you can't stop anymore. One of the biggest influences that made me want to move to Houston was, you know, be able to learn from Professor Draculino again. He is my mentor. I started in Belo Horizonte with Professor Eric Vanderlei, which was, you know, one of the best black belts at the time, from an award from Professor Draculino. Professor Draculino has been nice to me since the day I met him in Belo Horizonte. He's been helping me through, you know, this whole journey that I have on jiu-jitsu. When I decided to move over here, talk to him, he was one of the person that support me more. And I truly believe the reason of my success is directly, you know, connect to him. So I really appreciate everything he does for me. And, you know, one thing that you learn in the sport is the loyalty, you know. And I'm 100% loyal to him, 100% loyal to Gracie Barra, you know, and because Draculino, Professor Draculino is loyal to Master Carlos, and I just try to keep up with the same kind of philosophy, the mentality, you know. I have him as my father in America. He might going to be upset, think I call him old, but it's not about the age. It's like the advice that he given to me in life and also in jiu-jitsu. So Draculino means a lot to me, you know. That's why I have his picture right there. And I was going to keep, as much as I can, my devotion to him, you know. Something that I carry with me, and I try to pass my students the same idea. The Westchase is a premium school. I was the first guy to open a Gracie Barra in America in 2007 under the standards of the Gracie Barra Association. Is the ideas of Master Carlos to put on a curriculum. Now, I truly believe the curriculum helped the teachers and also helped the students even more, because it's a structured program where you can follow, you know, you don't have to drive right here and figure out what I'm going to teach. So if you can see, all the students can learn all the techniques, you know, that we have on the curriculum. And we teach exactly the same position that Master Carlos teaches in the headquarters in Irvine. And I have the pleasure to be there and be a head instructor over there and learn from the sirs. And I was the first school in Gracie Barra that opened under that system. And the system has been successful, and you can't change the recipe that's doing right. That's why I keep teaching the curriculum, because I truly believe there's a philosophy behind the Gracie Barra schools.
Break the grip. And here, pass it like this. Right, so you start the posture up so I can reach you. Right here. Yeah. It's almost landing on him. Switch. So let's work on it. Here. Like this. Good. I can see someone break. Squeeze up, break. Like this. Now change your foot. Like that. Always like that. Yeah. Now come up. Other side. Other foot.
The new students, they come right here that I assume they don't have any knowledge on jiu-jitsu. So the senior most, the higher belt student, they already been doing this position for years, So here are able to help the new student and make him feel comfortable and learn the techniques more, because become a kind of almost like a one-on-one class. And I think that's improved the level of my class. And I really appreciate my students that take the time to come to teach the new students, As you can see, all the higher belts, they always help the lower belts. And one day the lower belt's going to be a high belt, and they will do the same. And this cycle never stops, and that's a success, So I'm really appreciate my students that take the time to help me during the classes, It's a dedication of my students, and just make the classes better, We have two different kids programs right here. We have the Little Champions one, with the tiny champions, that is 3 to 6, and we have another program will be 7 to 13. And I take the kids really serious, because I believe the future of the sport is on the kids. And also I teach every single kids class. The kids program right here is a really strong program, and the kids do really well in the tournaments, and that's the idea, I think the kids, they look at me as, the professor, the black belt in the beginning, but when they start to understand, they see these things go way beyond only the black belt and only the training. I try to keep, like I have some students over here, we try to keep them, make sure they keep up in life doing good stuff. I believe jiu-jitsu is not just about competing and fighting, but actually it's a lifestyle that you embrace, and like take you to the next level, The old school jiu-jitsu is the basic jiu-jitsu, that's never going to change. But jiu-jitsu is like every any other sport, evolves. So every day they come with some new ways to defend that position, to attack the other position. Today they have this new game, which is a 50-50 guard, beating bolo guard, something that in the past people used to don't do it, in which on a perspective of the sport doesn't look really beautiful, but as a competition, that's what they do, and as a competitor and also a professor, I want to see my students succeed in the tournament. So I have to take the time to learn the new jiu-jitsu, to learn the new things that come, and make sure my students still update, And like I say, after you got your black belt, it's just the beginning, you start learning everything again. I'm on the process to learn, I'm involved every day, try to get better every day on these new positions, It's not easy, but, it's something that they have out there, and I cannot just tell my students, you're not going to learn. So I try my best to be with my friends that are still competing, to watching the videos, to try. Sometimes I do clinical here with my students to see what I can do to defend the position, to attack. And, we try to keep up. Professor Draculino helped me a lot, give me a lot of advice, what I should do, what I should not do. I try take him as I look his school and I try copy as much as I can, because, for me, he's a perfection in person. And I try and make, myself, I want to look like him one day. I want to have as much students that he has, and I make as much as champions that he has. It's not an easy task, but, I look up to him every day, and I hope I can be 10% of his today, You guys, I'm going to show right here one move that I really like it. I do a lot of my training. So it's a lasso leg with the De La Riva sweep. So first thing you do, kick the leg, Put your foot inside, extend your leg all the way, move back right here. Now the hand was on the foot on the biceps right here. I'm gonna switch to the foot. I'm gonna pull my leg. Now I pull the collar. I end up right here. So when I end up right here, by holding his heels right there, hold his sleeve, try to come up, okay? Come really hard for him to be on the top. Now what I'm gonna do is this, I'm gonna post, let him go the hand, post my hand right there, switch to here, slide my knee, pass. I'm gonna do one more time with full speed. So I'm right here on the spider guard. Here, here, lock his leg, keep him out of balance. Okay, come on here. Slide on the hook, and I pass. Okay.